All right, 5 minutes before the hour, everybody. Welcome. I'm Neil Cavuto, and we are crisscrossing the country today, at least from one location, but all the major candidates on the left and the right. Remember, there are about 7 of them all over this place trying to capitalize, if you're the Democrats in South Carolina, even though Hillary Clinton going beyond South Carolina, so too Bernie Sanders. And on the right, all the Republican candidates crisscrossing better than a dozen states, even those that will not be part of Super Tuesday, ahead of the winner-take-all states just a couple of weeks later. That's how busy all of them are to try to make a difference, and on the right to put a dent in one Donald Trump. And for Republicans, it is a do-or-die mission. We told you earlier about the push by Ted Cruz to win his home state of Texas, and the push on the part of the Rubio folks to win something at all. Arkansas's Republican Governor Asa Hutchinson on the phone with us right now. He is backing no less than Senator Rubio. Governor, it's very good to have you. We're told that your candidate might have a good shot in Arkansas, but that he might not win it outright. Does he have to win one of the Super Tuesday states outright in your mind?
I don't think he has to, but he has to be close, and he has to show that he is the logical alternative to Donald Trump so that it coalesces around him. So our hope in Arkansas, one, is that he wins, but also that he has all across the South such a strong showing that it is clear he is the right alternative, the best conservative that can win in November. So I'm excited about obviously it's close here because we have Donald Trump today, Marco Rubio tonight, Marco Rubio again on Monday. Hillary Clinton is coming on the other side of it. We also have Ted Cruz. So this, to me, is ground zero in the SEC primary states, and obviously it's close, and I hope we can push Marco over the top.
There is another strategy, Governor, as I'm sure you're aware, that Marco Rubio, even if Ted Cruz were to win Texas and get the lion's share of the 155 delegates there, the Rubio folks hope to come out of that day with more delegates net than Ted Cruz, not so Donald Trump, but that he could show after Super Tuesday he has more delegates than does Ted Cruz. What do you think of that strategy?
Well, we'd love to be ahead of Ted Cruz in terms of delegates, but I think it's also, in the raw vote count makes a difference just in terms of perception. So coming in second or third makes a huge difference. In Arkansas, I think it's very closely split right now between the three, but there's a lot of momentum going for Marco Rubio. I think people are starting after the debate to question whether Donald Trump is all that he has said he's going to do for the middle class, for the blue-collar workers. So I think there's some buyer's remorse there. There's a second look at Donald Trump, and I think that look is going to benefit Marco Rubio.
Do you, are you concerned, maybe is the way I should put it, that Senator Cruz, Senator Rubio has gone the way of going tit for tat with Donald Trump on these insults? Now, he did so very humorously, that is, your candidate, Senator Rubio, but that some argue that it's a zero-sum game, and if you're trying to do that with Donald Trump, of course, was doing the famous bottled water incident, mocking your candidate, that you don't get anything getting on that level or trading barbs with Donald Trump on that level. What do you think?
No, I don't think you need to stoop down to his level at all. In the debate, it was an appropriate exchange. You've got to go toe-to-toe with him. Marco Rubio did that. That's in a debate format, and it is on really trying to demonstrate that he's not the right one to represent us. He's going to collapse in November if he gets the nomination. But in terms of the day-to-day dialogue, man, let's elevate this race. That's the worst thing that could happen, is that there's not a contrast between Donald Trump's language, his rhetoric, his diminishing of people, character assassination. We've got to elevate this race, elevate the presidency, most importantly.
Do you worry, though, that bygones can be bygones after these pretty big insults? And Donald Trump saying, when he was with the Chris Christie folks yesterday, and Chris Christie himself, after endorsing him, that whoever he considers, if he were to be the nominee for vice president, it won't be Senator Rubio. In other words, that bygones are not being bygones, and I'm sure it's felt mutually. And I wonder, whoever ultimately is the nominee, that everyone can rally around him. What do you think?
I think so. I mean, it's hard fought, and there's always some personal impacts from it. But in the end, you want to win for our country and for our party. And so, Reagan takes Bush, his competitor.
Yeah.
I mean, even who would have thought that Chris Christie would endorse Trump?
Very true.
They were going at each other. And in my conversation with Chris Christie, I didn't take that he was a fan of Donald Trump, but look what happened.
You're right.
And so, I think adults can come together for the better good, but it's a tough primary, absolutely. And you can't. What we've learned is you can't lay down and just let the Trump machine roll. You've got to stand up to it. You can't be bullied by it. Marco Rubio took that tack, and I think it was the right one.
Governor Hutchinson, thank you very much. Very good talking to you.
Great to be with you, Neil. Thank you.